Hello, YouTubers! Welcome to our second rendition of Wombat Stories, narrated by Dr. Bru. Today, our story is Wombat Story number 17, a brand new story. I'll post the text of it after this live stream. And this story is entitled, Oh Reindeer. Luigi awoke with a start and tried to work out where he was. He was in a cave. Was he back in Lapland? He had spent time in a cave in Lapland in his old life, the life before he had turned into state's evidence witness for the Feline Bureau of Investigation. No, he could not smell the poo of his fellow reindeer, but he could smell scared cat smells. It was coming back to him. That nice Lady Bru had kidnapped him. She spent several visits to K.A. trying to ingratiate herself with him by putting him back on his bum every time the silly kittens knocked him over. She even checked him for injuries, but clearly it was all part of her kidnap plot. Equally clear was that Juniper and the other members of his security detail had fallen for it. Now he was in a cat carrier going who knew where. He could hear the academies and Bru talking about having a great con. OMG, the academies were con artists. How had he missed that? How had his FBI handlers missed that? Most amazingly, how had Kazoo and his network missed that? Kazoo! Oh, thank heavens, Kazoo! He knew Kazoo was in town for a big party. Kazoo claimed it was strictly work, but everyone knew of his party lifestyle. But then again, Luigi knew from personal experience a life lived on the edge could lead to excesses. It was how his lawyer, Youngin, had talked him into this deal. Kazoo, 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 where are you? Cried Luigi, using his antlers as antennae to widen his range. Luigi, what is up? You sound panicked, asked Kazoo. You have to help me, Kazoo, where are you? Flying over Fox Lake in my contemplation station, heading for Jimmy D's place. Thank heavens, Bru and the academies have kidnapped me and they are running a massive con. They're crooks too. Calm down, Luigi. They are taking you to a convention, not a criminal conspiracy. Humans just have trouble with multi-syllabic words. But I still don't think you should be away from the safety of the academy. I have Agent Corn and Winnie with me. We should come and collect you once we have a plan. Try and lie low and be inconspicuous. I will use your transmitter to home in on your position. Meanwhile, the kitten room was in uproar. Luigi was missing and Juniper was beside herself. She was trying to stay calm and not alert the criminal mastermind's henchmen who were masquerading as Luigi's fellow reindeer. She had alerted the other kittens and the faculty to her problem, and Acro had confirmed seeing that woman Bru leaving with Juniper's protectee. Being a professional, Juniper took the only reasonable step and called Kazoo. Kazoo, we have a situation. I know, Junie, no need to panic. I know where he is and I'm on my way to collect him. Trouble is, I have a packed schedule today, so once I have him, I will not be able to land at KA and still have enough fuel to get to my next gig. Can you have your smallest colleague meet me at the outlet to the air vents, and I will fly the station as close as possible to hand him over. Thanks, Kazoo. I will send Ginkgo. She is the smallest cat in the room, but has a steady set of paws. I look forward to meeting her, said Kazoo. Good luck, Kazoo, and try to be discreet. I don't want the boss finding out. Will do, Junie. Over and out. Back at the convention, Luigi's trauma continued. He was being carried around by a human without any consideration for his comfort, and even worse, he was constantly being passed within sniffing distance of all sorts of food and drinks without once being offered a thing. He was just glad he was trying to lose weight for Christmas. The worst thing, though, was the name-calling. If one more person called him creepy, they were going to find out how creepy a pile of reindeer scat on their hands could be. Some strange person was discussing dragging mice out from under their oven to give to her cat when Luigi spotted something in the window. Flying past in broad daylight was an owl, followed by a cat scratcher with 3 cats in it, including one wearing a pilot's cap. Heaven help me, sighed Luigi. Land beside Mr. A's car, Kazoo. He parked so badly the angle will block the view of anyone walking by, advised Winnie. Good thought, Winnie. What is your plan, Kazoo? Asked Winnie. Stroll in and find him and stroll out, grinned Kazoo. What? They will spot you before you're through the door. I am a tuxedo cat wearing a bow tie. If I can't pass for a waiter, no cat could, said Kazoo. Technically accurate, I guess, sighed Winnie. Besides, said Kazoo, I have found you can do much if you project confidence. Would you mind staying with the station while Corn and I get this job done? Not a problem, Kazoo. I'm bushed, and I need some head-tilting practice before I chat with Baz at the party. Ooh, Winnie's got a crush, giggled Agent Corn. Stop it, Corn. We have all seen you look at DJ, said Kazoo. Let's go. Kazoo and Corn left Winnie discussing the potential for a feline-avian peace treaty with the traffic owl and headed to the back door of the Food Rakers restaurant. Kazoo told Agent Corn to grab the tray of canapes on the table near the entrance and to circulate, keeping his eyes peeled for Luigi. And remember to stay away from the academies. Mr. A is there and DJ is over there. How did you know that, Kazoo? All I can see are thousands of humans, asked Corn. Easy. I can smell Mr. A's socks from here. That scent is unforgettable. And who else would keep covering their face with 101 uses for kitty litter except DJ? Stay away from her, Corn. You have seen her once today, and she is your Matahari, laughed Kazoo as he wandered off to begin his search. Corn pulled himself together, keeping Matahari DJ to his left, and began a grid search pattern for Luigi as he offered canapes to passing humans. He was delayed momentarily by an argument between two humans about whether the Brus had gone too far in crossing K-Acon with Star Trek by having android cats serve the food. Agent Corn knew that this was his opportunity to impress Kazoo, and he was not going to fail. He wove in and out of people's legs, keeping his ears tilted for reindeer noises and his eyes peeled for the enemy. He had covered sectors A to J of his search when he came face to face with a member of Cat Intelligence Agency. He had heard that the FBI prided itself on not only hiring tuxedo cats, but the CIA took any old riffraff. This was one pretty smooth-looking dude, and he was carrying a tray of canapes too. Apparently Kazoo was not the only cat who could think of that strategy. Corn froze, but soon regained his composure and let his tail settle just as the other cat did the same. Corn walked cautiously forward, as did the other cat. Corn put his tray down, just as the other cat did. Great minds think alike, thought Corn as he pondered his next move. His thought process was interrupted by a human saying, "Watch out, waiter, you will walk right into that mirror if you're not careful." Corn shrugged off his embarrassment as he bent to pick up the tray. He caught sight of both DJ and Luigi in the mirror. They were 20 meters away from him and 20 meters away from each other. Corn was torn. Pull yourself together, Corn, he thought. Remember the mission. So he turned towards Luigi, who was being held upside down by some human, saying, "Now I recognize him. He's from the Kitten room." Corn alerted Kazoo on his communicator, giving coordinates for Luigi, between the red shoes and a pair of boots with tassels. The agents met 5 meters from their target and discussed the next stage of the extraction. "We need a distraction while I climb that table and grab Luigi," said Kazoo. "I will take care of it, Kazoo. Good luck, and I will meet you in the Contemplation Station parking area," said Agent Corn. Corn then wandered over and casually suggested to a fellow waiter that one of the guests was hilarious if you got the karaoke machine fired up. It was a dangerous strategy letting Mr. A sing, but there was a lot at stake, and he guaranteed no one would be paying attention to anything else. He took a moment to look back as All By Myself started to blare from the sound system and saw Kazoo arguing with Luigi about whether they could take cake with them. Or that is what he assumed Luigi was doing as he shimmied down the table leg with a slice of cake between his antlers, followed by a clearly aggravated Kazoo. They arrived back at the station together to find Winnie with one leg over her shoulder mid-bath, and were grateful Traffic Owl was on alert at least. As Corn tucked Luigi into the station, Kazoo said, "Dangerous strategy, Corn. I know protecting Luigi is a priority, but subjecting so many humans to Mr. A's singing is bordering on the cruel." Soon the gang was in the air and headed safely for the safety of K.A. "What will happen when they realize he is gone?" asked Winnie. "If you saw how many PSLs and Pan-Galactic Gargle Blasters were being drunk in there, Winnie, you would know that they will not be realizing anything for days. By which time Luigi will be back where he belongs." As the station approached the Kitten Academy, Kazoo asked Winnie to take the controls and prepared the delicate maneuver of handing Luigi over. He grabbed Luigi by the shoulders and leaned forward to reach the air vent cover just as it was pushed aside, revealing a little gray kitten. "Hello, you must be Ginkgo. Grab Luigi's legs," said Kazoo, just as an air current blew them off course. As Winnie struggled to regain control, Kazoo extended his long body further, and Ginkgo reached out and grabbed Luigi by the antlers. "Nice work, Ginkgo. Perhaps we will work together again someday," said Kazoo. "Not sure what the odds of that are, Kazoo," laughed Ginkgo as she pulled Luigi backwards into the air vent, trailing cake crumbs behind him. "Thanks, Kazoo, Corn, and Winnie. I owe you one," yelled Kazoo around a mouthful of icing. "We passed you owing us one a long time ago," said Kazoo. "Just remember that when you get called in to testify for the FBI." Kazoo turned to Winnie and said, "Now where were we?" The end. Thanks, everybody. Much love. Squeeze a kitten for me.